Hey, it's Tori, and welcome back to my channel. Today we have the wonderful Sonia from Cobra on the channel. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine. The sun has shined today, and I had a nice, easy day. And yeah, I'm ready for the interview.
Good, I'm glad. You have your debut album coming out 666, which is out on December 1st, and you've had two singles released so far. How have you found the response from either new fans or people that knew you from your two previous bands?
So far the response has been amazing. We're getting a lot of cool reviews from the press, from the guys that are already listening to the album in beforehand, and definitely the two latest singles, SCX and The Devil Inside of Me, are being received very well. We're having a lot of views on YouTube, and people are very positive about the sound. They're two very different songs. The Devil Inside of Me is a lot faster, is more power metal, and I would say that SEX is more sleazy, is more going into the hard rock side of music. So they're different, both very melodic and very Cobra Spell esque, and it's nice to see that people appreciate both singles. And yeah, I'm excited to see how the audience is gonna receive the third song because we still have a third song to come.
Oh, that's exciting. I still need to check out SEX, but I will definitely be checking out the third one as well, just because I love your guys' style and how you dress and how you present yourself in your music videos. What was your vision when it came to Cobra Spell?
So when I started Cobra Spell back in 2019, I wanted to create that band that I didn't see was existing, a band that paid homage to the golden era of the 80s, where bands were super outrageous, were over the top, were super expressive aesthetically. And yeah, I mean, the 80s was full of guitar shredders, was full of melodic music, fun songs, fun music videos, fun live performances. The musicians were like crazy on the stage, and I love that craziness. Like I'm totally into that, and I've always been a little bit crazy myself when I am like performing, and I could really identify with that. And it's what inspired me to do what I'm doing. Cobra Spell is my safe playground to create an environment that makes me feel like I'm part of those bands that I look up to. And yeah, this is kind of how Cobra Spell took shape. Just like a time machine that I created to travel to the 80s.
And it works. Like I can feel that theatrical essence coming through in how you guys present yourself, and then of course the music itself. And it's refreshing to hear, especially from an all female band as well, because obviously back then it was all male dominated. And I was just wondering what kind of challenges you may have overcome being a woman and being in a full on female rock band.
Yeah, as the rock metal scene is male dominated, it can be quite a challenge for women to be taken seriously. You're a minority. You feel like you really have to prove yourself because yeah, and you're special in a situation where you're a minority. You're always looked at a little bit more. You're always analyzed a little bit more, and that gives a certain pressure. You have a certain pressure to over um how to say it, overperform, be good enough, and yeah, this is a sad reality that we live in, that we really have to prove ourselves or we're not taken seriously. um, and that's why we need more role models in this music that we play. We need more musicians, female musicians. We need more women out here, and it's kind of my. I feel like I have a certain responsibility. That's why I made Evolution Cobra Spell into an all female band, because I think the message that we can spread the power that we have to spread this message is very important, and I want to be part of this progress as a woman. And yeah, I hope that I can inspire other young girls to pick up that instrument, or to not feel intimidated to do that what makes that gives them happiness. And yeah, kind of like that.
So the album, of course, is called 666. Could you go into detail a little bit more about what it's about in your own words?
Oh, 666 is a very rebellious album. That's why it's called 666. It's a edgy name for an edgy album. An album that speaks a lot about women being in control, in dominating women, women in control, women with that want to be the powerful um, role in the situation. Something that can be very intimidating for certain people in this world. It's a female empowerment message in this album, but it also speaks a lot about personal situations in my life, things that I have gone through related to religion or related to family members. But overall, it's very much in the point of view of me as a woman trying to express myself open without limits.
I'm so excited to be able to hear it and to be able, because myself as a reactor, I absolutely love coming across like bands that are full, like the whole lineup is female. It just feels, as you say, it feels very empowering, and it's like we can do that. We're not limited just because society says we are, and we shouldn't be. And there's, you see that slight little line of progress, but I still don't think it's where it should be. Of course, there's still people. I even get stuff in my comments from people who are like, "Well, you're a woman. You shouldn't be reacting to this sort of stuff." And I'm like, "What's that supposed to mean?" It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to see a band like you all, and you take like grasping it fully by the horns and saying, "We are here. We are doing this." How did you guys come up with the name for Cobra Spell?
Honestly, it was a very spontaneous name that I came up with without any underlying meaning.
Yeah.
It just sounded very cool. Yeah, I mean, when I started the band, Cobra Spell was pretty much a side project. I didn't take it that seriously in the beginning. It was more like let me make some fun music that reminds me to the 80s, and let's see if I can create some fun 80s music. And I started taking it more seriously when I saw that the people really liked the music, and I was impressed. Like, oh, well, you actually like my music. I will keep on going. And yeah, the name wasn't that serious at all. Though it sounded very badass and cool and 80s.
It does. It definitely sounds like something that you would hear in the 80s, and I love that. um which song on the album do you think was like the most challenging for you to write or play?
The most challenging would be Love Crime, and this would be composition wise the hardest one because it's the fastest track of the album. And yeah, I'm playing everything with down picking in this song, which is like down picking the guitar is
Hmm.
like this style. And it's fast, it's 190 something BPM and 190 something down picking. I'm not used to that. I'm a person that is very used to doing alternate picking, and something that I really love to do that technique. And it's the song just sounded better if I did down picking, and for me that was one of the challenges. Personally, my challenge is more into recording the rhythms than into recording the solo guitars. The leads and the solos for me always has been the easy part. Like I really enjoy playing those little leads. But when it comes to the rhythm, I'm always getting nervous because I have to be really, really tight with that metronome. Yeah.
What does your creative process involve?
The creative process is pretty spontaneous for me. Um, I'm not that much of a planner when it comes to writing music. I just say to myself, I'm gonna write some music and see what happens. And I grab the guitar or I grab the synthesizer because sometimes I write my music starting with the synthesizers, and sometimes I'm writing straight up with a guitar and I just play a riff and see what happens. Or sometimes even it comes from a melody that I sing. Something like that something that a lyric that comes up and I can create something out of it. um but it all happens from one instrument or one melody line.
Would you like how what inspires you and where do you draw inspiration from?
I think what truly inspires me is, let me think about that. um I mean, definitely the 80s, but it's kind of such a big
Mm-hmm.
subject, 80s, but I just love a lot about the 80s, all the subgenres. Like, I wouldn't say just the glam rock or just the heavy metal, but I really enjoy listening to R&B from the 80s, to soul from the 80s. I love the disco music from the 70s also. I love the synth wave. I love 80s soundtracks. And my obsession with music is very, very big. And I think music overall, as long as there is melody, I can get very inspired. Um, I really love melody, and that's what would inspire me, I think.
Yeah, I'm with you too. I think music is one of the world's greatest things because there is so much of it out there and so many different genres and just to me it's crazy because you think of all these people putting this out there into the world and there's just something for everybody, you know, and it's I
I
love that and I love that you can listen to something and you may not necessarily listen to that genre. You're like, oh wait, I kind of like this, or you listen to something familiar and it just brings home those feelings and things like that. So I love that. I love that you have a wide range in what you listen to as well because you know I think when people limit themselves, it kind of shows and they get stuck in that little box, and that's why I started my channel because I wanted to find more music and find different bands and just get out there. So I love that.
Yeah, the world of music is just amazing. You can discover so many things, and the power that music has on the mood. And I think it's the most beautiful thing in existence. How music can make you feel better, like just by listening to it. It's an intense power, intense. Sometimes I even forget when I have a bad day, for example, and I think, oh, I don't remember how to feel better. What can I do to feel better? But music can do that, can make you feel better. And I put on something and it's like transforming, makes you, it makes you travel to a different universe. And that's why my appreciation for music is so big, and I want to contribute to it. And I would never say no to a genre. I would never discard it or say or have an opinion based on just not even having listening to it. I always want to try and see if I can get something out of it or I can get any kind of feeling from it. So yeah.
You're kind of like me with that. Like I will always give so while my channel is mostly focused around metal and rock, it's not that I limit it to that. I will absolutely like check out anything. If somebody wants to request country, then I'll check it out. You know, it doesn't have to
Yeah, you
just
never
be
know.
one thing. Like exactly, and you can't limit yourself because there's so much beauty in it as well. And like you say, if you're feeling down or even if you're happy and you throw on a song and it just elevates those feelings and that's what I love. And like, how old were you when you decided you wanted to get into music or pick up a guitar?
I was 14 years old, and I started with a bass guitar. So I started as a bass player, and I was very, very inspired by Kiss. And yeah, the way they performed, the energetic performances they had, the way the bass player Gene Simmons performed, like with a bass guitar, really, really spoke to me. I really love the way he's like some kind of demon on stage.
Yeah.
And it really spoke to me. It made me think I also want to be that badass on stage. And I started as a bass player for that reason. And later on, I realized that what interested me the most was being the melody, player, the melodic line. So I naturally, I didn't make a decision like that, but I started just playing the guitar also additionally to the bass, and I see that my opportunities as a guitar player were way bigger, and I identified much better with the guitar than the bass guitar, and I saw that I just really loved playing guitar solos and melodies, and it was really the way that I wanted to choose as a musician.
Yeah. I think honestly, there's nothing like a fantastic guitar solo to put you in a great mood. So I totally understand why that would appeal to you. If you could collaborate with absolutely anybody who has passed on or is still around today, who would that be and why?
I would say Marty Freeman, the guitar player Marty Freeman, and Grimes. I would really like to collaborate with Grimes, which is a more pop musician, but
Mm-hmm.
she's very, very cool. So Grimes, Marty Freeman, and anyone else? I think with Alice Cooper. I would really like to work with Alice Cooper too.
Yeah, I think Alice Cooper would totally fit. Like, you need to. Can you imagine a song like Cobra Spell featuring Alice Cooper? How awesome that would be!
Yeah. Well, oh, and also Rob Halford. Rob
Oh,
Halford
yeah.
and Lady Gaga. I know they're all completely different, but Rob Halford, Lady Gaga, Grimes, Marty Freeman. Yeah. The list goes on. They're all so
I'm sure.
badass.
Yeah. Do you? I'm not going to keep you any longer. I know we had a few technical difficulties, so I'm going to apologize for that again, and I appreciate you starting over with me. Do you have any last words about the album, or just thanks to new fans or fans that have followed you over from the other two bands?
Well, I want to thank to everyone that has been supporting my career. And thank you for giving me a platform to promote the music and also for the very nice reaction video. I'm very excited to release the new album 666, which is going to come out on the 1st of December. It will be available on all major platforms. It's also pre-orderable on Napalm Records, our label, and we have it available in physical form in vinyl, and we have some very, very, very cool merchandise on our own web shop, on the band's web shop, which is shop.cobraspot.com, and we ship worldwide, also to the United States. And yeah, we are really much hoping to play in the United States. It's not as easy as it
No.
might seem for a band. I know a lot of people are like, come to the United States. United
Yeah.
States. We would love to. We're gonna try to do so. I cannot promise anything, but we are doing everything we can. And platforms like this give us a lot of more opportunity to do so. So keep spreading the word.
Yeah, I hope you guys manage to come over here because I will absolutely try and make it out to a show if you come anywhere close to where I am because I'd love to see your energy up. I see your energy in the music video, so I can only imagine what it's like up on stage live and in that moment. I bet it's electric, and so fingers crossed you guys get to come over to the US. I do know it's not easy because there's people don't realize everything that goes into it and the cost and visas and all of that stuff that you guys have to do. So I will definitely be keeping my fingers crossed for you. Guys, of course, I will leave all of Cobra Spell's links down in the description, as well as the pre-order link for 666, which you can pre-order now. It is out December 1st. Please go ahead and do so if you enjoy the band. And Sonia, thank you so much for taking the time and for chatting with me today. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much, and have a nice day.
I hope you have a wonderful rest of your, it's probably evening, right, where you are now?
Bye bye.
Bye, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to become a Taurian. Speaking of becoming a Taurian, all of my social media links and my Discord link are down in the description. We'd absolutely love to have you come hang out in the Discord community, and I will see you guys in the next video. Rock on.